I was like, they just rob places, like, straight up.
What? Have you seen those
guys?
guys?
Did you see the one where they walked into Funimation and they were just like, oh yeah, baby, I gotta take one of these,
baby.
Yeah.
Do what you want, man. I love that.
And then this cute guy's like, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, baby, run,
Chris,
baby.
run, baby. Chris, run, baby. Pika, pika. And he's like, yeah. I love this.
I like when he put on the mocap thing and he was like, ooh, yeah, dance, baby.
Dance,
like,
the man. Look at him dance. Whoever you guys are, we love you. We should close that door.
Why? There's nobody here.
Clap on, clap off.
All right, what's our? All right, so we're in 3D,
coming at you live
from Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. No, okay, anyway.
You know who we are by now.
Yeah.
We'll put the thingies at the bottom, the penises, whatever.
And this is Frozen in 3D.
In 3D.
So, anyways, our first topic. What is our first topic?
We're talking about. We got a lot of things we want to talk about. We got a lot of problems we want to talk about.
But you can't sing.
Huh?
What?
It was PewDiePie. We were going to talk about.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So recently, have you seen the video?
No.
Okay. So
all I know is that he got mad in PUBG,
mm-hmm.
and he said a word that you're not supposed to say.
Yeah. So basically,
and then he's since apologized, but it's like everybody else on the planet is ripping him apart for it.
And at first I was like, oh, maybe he just like let it slip, and it was, you know, just a slip up. But I watched it, and he hits it with the hard R.
Yeah.
Like.
He goes.
It was pretty rough, but I don't know. He apologized. Like, what's he supposed to do? I mean,
he said it.
He already said it. It's not like he can take it back, and he already apologized for it. So what more do you want him to do? Like,
people want his videos removed. They want his channel taken down.
For what? Because he said it once. Like,
I mean,
there's tons of channels that say it a bunch of times.
That's the thing. I don't quite understand what everybody like. I get it. You don't ever want to say it. It's a horrible word to say.
Yeah, but that's why exactly. Yeah, so that's why he apologized, because he's like, I won't say it again.
But I can see both sides of this. I can see that he made a horrible mistake, right? He's since owned up to it. He doesn't have the best track record with this kind of thing. I mean, ever since he started, that's kind of been his modus operandi. He said stupid shit. That's what he does. He says stupid shit all the time. He's been in trouble for it once before. He's going to continue to do it. But out of all the YouTube channels that there are, it's not just him doing these things. It's rampant. Just because the guy has popularity and like a pseudo celebrity kind of thing, people want to go after it. I think that if you're going to really go after it, it's got to be on equal terms. So anybody that's ever used it, regardless of...
Yeah, has to get their entire channel taken down. If that's what you want from him, then every single person, even... Like, if you're saying that word cannot be used, then I think that all channels in general, if it's that bad that he has to stop what he does for a living, then every other person that does it for a living should have to take it down.
Yeah. And let's be honest, if you take his channel down, the guy's going to be all right for the rest
of
his life.
I mean, he doesn't really care. It's just...
So, you going to really think you're going to win the battle? Yeah. There's not really anything you can do at this point. Exactly. But it does bring to light an interesting kind of dynamic that society... We've all, like... shifted. We're shifting slowly and surely, and there's always this resistance from people. We're shifting to a form of like understanding that might be a little overbearing.
That's true.
You should definitely stick up for you should definitely be the voice of reason. I wouldn't go being a white knight. I would just say, you know, people as a whole, we kind of like sticking our nose into other people's business.
But in order for that to work, you have to see their side of it as well. Yeah. It can't just be, you said it, you're wrong, everything you do is wrong because
my
you did that one
morality
thing.
exactly. I'm morally superior to you because of this.
Exactly. Now, if he hadn't have apologized and just went on about his day, I would understand why people would be so upset. But I mean, what like I said, what more do you want him to do?
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's not gonna take down his livelihood, and he's definitely not going to. There's no way he can take back what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though if he could, I'm sure he would.
Yeah, but I mean, he's even mentioned before, like he doesn't. Before he started doing this live streaming thing, he was like always nervous, he said, about doing live streams because of the fact that he was always worried that something was gonna slip. Because I don't know if a lot of people remember, but like a few years back, he made a video where he said it, but he blurred it, but you could still get what he said, and he had to apologize for that too. And he was like, I thought it was funny, but obviously no one else did. So he was like, sorry about that.
So the thing is that, and it's part of his responsibility too, as being some kind of as an entertainer, is that he should stay away from the things that he's not suited for. Then, if he was afraid of live streaming, he shouldn't have ever stepped into the realm of it. He should keep to what he knows.
That's true.
And you know, that goes for everything. I'm not going to go and start juggling knives. It's out of my realm of possibilities. If you aren't well equipped with the ability to censor yourself by what you say, I'm guilty of it sometimes. I say some things I shouldn't say. I think we all do. Then don't put yourself in a situation where you could potentially hurt someone or yourself. Don't do live streams if you're not confident in your ability to do live streams.
Does he still do live streams now?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Curious.
Just saying.
Maybe
most of our content that we put out, we don't ever really tweak. We shorten or we like get rid of things that don't work, but it's not because of inappropriate usage of certain things. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're foul mouthed as a motherfucker, but we don't. There's a line you draw in the sand when it comes to certain things. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think? Because I get why people are mad. Believe me, this segment of this video is not about...
I mean, I got why they were mad at first, but I don't understand why they're still mad.
I feel...
I mean, he said it. He apologized for it. What more do you want him to do? You know, they let Jerry Seinfeld get away with it, and he didn't even apologize for it, so...
Seinfeld did it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Or...
I knew Kramer did it.
Kramer did it and never apologized for it.
Well, everybody doesn't really like him now because of that.
Yeah, because they put him... The only reason I knew that happened is because they put him on South Park as the guy that said it. Mm-hmm. And South Park's tackled this back in the day, too, where Randy said it on Wheel of Fortune.
I get why people are up in arms, but it's exhausting. Like, the concept of being full throttle angry about one subject is just too exhausting for me. I mean, when I get into an argument with somebody and it's really heated and it's something I hold dear, it's still, for me personally, there's a line where I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this. This is just exhausting for me.
Oh, that was my phone. What was I going to say? Damn. I can't remember what I was going to say.
That scared me. Spooked me.
And
it's got to revolve. It's about, you know what it is? It's the ability for people to be able to reach other people through any means. It's not like you and I sitting around talking to each other anymore.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So I don't get it because it's almost like it makes those arguments. So, for instance, this is happening right now with the PewDiePie thing, but also with the success of the It movie, there was an increase in people reading the book. And in the book, they found out that there's an orgy at the end with the kids. Yeah. All of a sudden,
it's a big issue.
Everybody's got an issue with this, but it's been out for I don't know how many years. And Stephen King even said, like, you guys are all upset about this, but there's like a shit ton of child death in this. Mm-hmm. and it was only like the scene was only like 4 pages long, and I got what he was saying is what the point of it was. I don't think that he really needed to go that far for his point, but whatever, it exists. It's not that big a deal.
No, it's really not.
But people are like on forums and stuff, like freaking out about it. Like,
the thing
how
is,
can you put this in a story? It's like
everybody wants a voice, right? Everybody wants a voice in this world. This is any platform they have, they're gonna use. So like any kind of reoccurring thing. I'm sure if we dug up a goddamn tomb and it had child pornography in it, people would be fucking up in arms. Well, now we got to take down the pyramids. There's child pornos
in the pyramids.
We are so high strung as a society of individuals that something that should not have any sort of impact on your life. This doesn't affect you. His financial gains don't affect you. In fact, he has put support through his finances.
He's done so many
charities with charities
Holy
than
shit.
you could ever do as an individual.
And they tried to accuse him of taking from the charities.
And you want to shut that gateway down. You want to shut that path down. I get what you're trying to do is in good form. And I'm not saying that you should the bad things happening. Like, I'm not saying that if something bad happens and somebody that did something bad like this shouldn't be punished. But I'm saying
I don't think
you've got to weigh certain things out. Does this really affect your livelihood?
Yeah,
that much?
But my thing is it's I don't think it's that severe that because like people want him to like taking down his channel, taking down the videos, like I feel like that is a punishment, and I don't think it was severe enough to warrant a punishment. It wasn't like he was like, I am making a statement that I have hate for a particular
American
individuals. or in general, like when they accused him of being a Nazi or whatever. Like he has never stated like I am against this group of people. That would be different. That would be like, okay, he supports this. He needs to get stuff taken down because that is actually like. He has such a large following that
could be detrimental to a form of society.
Yeah, even if he didn't get his videos taken down, that also kind of falls on the viewer. If they really feel like
if something is
then they need to stop watching it.
Stay away.
Yeah, it's like people who got upset when the Origin God of War came out, and for some reason people had such an issue with there being multiplayer. Had nothing to do with you if you just wanted to play the campaign. Affected you in literally no way whatsoever, but people were like, that's dumb, why would they do that? Then don't play it.
What it is we're so self-serving.
Yeah, it's like everything has to be made for me because I want it.
But you forget that there's other people.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone so detached. We've become so self-serving with the ability to, through the internet, through any means, that we've really just focused on us and making us as an individual look better, or making us as an individual seem holier than anybody else. You go onto forums and you complain about a Stephen King novel that's been out for over 20 years maybe because you don't like something and you feel like your view on this subject is morally superior and that everybody else will see that and go, you know what, that guy's right. This is wrong. But does it really affect your life? Does it shake you to the core? Does it make you think about it? Sure, that's what I think content creators want you to do at some points. But does it really affect you to the point where you really have to spend...
You sound like a commercial.
Like, does it really affect you in a way that makes you have to put time out of your life
to go
and complain about it?
When the more people are allowed to do stuff like that, the more there's a restriction on creative control and just freedom of speech in general. If we really did take out that part in Stephen King's novel, there's literally nothing illegal or anything that he did in that book at all. It's just literally the viewpoint of the people that are upset.
And how old are these kids in this book, anyway?
She's 14 and they're like 12, 11.
Okay. Kids are fucking at that age today. Okay? Don't get confused. This shit happens, okay? God damn it. People are going crazy over this. And people in the real world who really have issues against black people are using that word in a negative way. But it just steams me up. If you want to make a point, make it a point. Target something that's deserving of it. Instead of sitting behind your keyboard and being angry.
That's like there was this article that got released last year on Twitter and it went viral. And it was an article about a guy talking about how people have too much. They feel like they have too much say in
whatever goes on.
What I mean is, it was about how he doesn't think it's right that people can just like demand things of creators. So he was talking about how in the next Frozen movie, there's like a bunch of people that want Elsa to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
He was like, nothing in the article had anything to do with whether or not he agreed with that at all. Yeah. It was about the fact that they were demanding this, and it was up to the creator to tell the story. And then it went viral because everyone was bashing on him because they were like, "Oh my God, how are you not okay with this? How are you not?
How could you say negative things about lesbians?
Yeah.
Why you don't like lesbians?"
So he had to write another article, and he was like,
"Y'all again, twisted as shit."
Yeah, he was like, again, he was like, "I never understood why my friend who also writes articles was so picky on the words he picked. Picky on the words he picked. Basically, he was very careful with how he would say certain things." And then he was like, "Well, now I know. I just wrote this," and then it went viral overnight. And now he had to restate in big, like in one paragraph, he was just like, "I am not against any of that. I'm saying that people can't just come up here and be like,
it's not your job."
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones.
You don't get paid to do this shit.
It'd be like I want this out of this. I want this. It's like, well, that's not up to you. If you really want that, then go and make it yourself.
Yeah. It's like we become self-serving. We just become, and when people have like minds that you can reach through any means, you're gonna band together. But it doesn't mean that you deserve what you ask for.
Exactly.
If you are truly enjoying something, just let it ride out how it is. I hate the second Lilo and Stitch film.
I mean, I do too. That's bad.
But that doesn't mean that I think I'm going to create a big old deal about it. I just don't watch it.
Yeah, take it down because I don't like it. It exists, but I don't watch it because I didn't like it. But you can't... I don't think it's right to watch something, be like, I didn't like that, so I think they should change it so I do like it.
Yeah, God forbid somebody comes up to us and goes, "Hey, I don't like what you do here. Why don't you change that for like this? Because I like that better." I'm going to say, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what?
This has never been about views or subscribers.
Exactly.
This isn't about a monetary thing. This is just something that we wanted to do.
Exactly.
That we enjoy. And we love people. We love people who are enjoying our content. Don't get us wrong. We love the people who are our fans. We love the people who click on these videos. But we're not doing it necessarily
to make you...
we're not necessarily doing what we feel other people should like.
Yeah.
We're not doing... Like we talked about, making a video solely focusing on the impact of the hurricanes. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I don't. That's not us. We're not a group that's gonna go out and talk about certain things that we don't necessarily understand. And then when somebody comes and clicks on our content and then goes to any of our other things, goes, "Wow, what the hell did I come across? These guys had a lot of good points on this, and now they're talking about a Power Rangers film." It's just not us. We don't make content based on what we think everybody else wants. We make content based on what we enjoy. Mm-hmm. And we hope that other people enjoy it too. And if you enjoy the content we make, then we're happy. But there's going to be people, regardless of what we do, that don't enjoy what we make. And we understand that and we're okay with that. And I kind of think that that's what people don't get. Is that they feel like everything should revolve around what they enjoy and what they like.
Because, and I got this back when I worked at GameStop, there was this every time you would tell somebody that they couldn't do something, they would act like, okay, well, I'm going to go do it at some other place. But it was always implied that they were like, you better stop me because I know I'm super important. And they never were. It was like, we have just enough people that like what we do and know exactly what they're supposed to do. Like, if I told you no, and you're like, well, you're gonna lose my business, there's nothing I can do about it. I told you no. Like, I told you that there's nothing that we can do to bend the rules for this particular thing. And it's the same for movies and stuff. They're going to make the movie they want to make, and when people go, I want this, they go, no, that's not part of the movie. They go, well, I'm not going to watch your movie then. Then don't watch the movie.
That's okay.
And I know everyone's just like, that's not a way to look at things. Yeah, it is. It's you just don't like it. Like, the people that are the people that don't like that statement are the same people that just don't like to hear it because of the fact that it's negative towards them.
Perfect example, right? I was really big into Game of Thrones for the first several seasons, and somewhere along the way, I was just like, I'm just not watching it like I used to be. I'm not regularly enjoying it. Some of the episodes I just feel like are drawing on. And so I just stopped watching it. I don't go onto boards, and I don't go onto forums, and I don't go into comment section and just complain and bitch. Because it's just exhausting. It's just too much.
That's a good example because the newest seasons, now that they're separated from the books completely, it's way faster. It's not the same tone.
Yeah.
Their writing has suffered a little bit, in my opinion. But I still watch it because I'm like... They're making it, I'm like, I'm going to see the end. I acknowledge that I don't think it's as good, but I'm not going to be like, you need to change it. I get, they're speeding it up. They're getting tired of it. They're doing the best they can. So I'm just like, all right. But again, like I've seen it, like, back to the PewDiePie thing. He got in trouble back in the day for writing to this person who commented, whatever, I still make money off of you watching the video or whatever, even though you hate me or something like that, which was not a good way to handle the situation at all.
Right.
But I think what he was trying to say was, just because you don't like something, you don't need to go up in arms against it. Like, just, if you don't like it, don't watch it, don't read it, just ignore it.
Tell your friends about it. You can talk about it as much as you want. We're not saying
you can express your opinion.
But there's a certain degree of, like, you're complaining about something to, like, when you're
take it down. Stop making it. Like,
when you believe that you yourself own that property. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. I mean, I'm upset about it just as much as the next guy. I feel like it was wrong, But he apologized, and honestly, there's nothing he can do. I'm going to think about it differently going forward on his content. I haven't watched his videos in years, but I'm sure he's a great guy. But it's like, I'm moving on with my day. I have a family I think of. I have friends I want to be a part of their lives. I have this I like to do.
What's the name of that comic book that's super graphic? With the cross burned into their face.
Preacher?
No. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't remember. It's like, I feel like it starts with a C.
It's not Outcast.
No, it's nothing popular. It's like, anyways, we're talking about how, like, it and everything and, like, all these things that people don't like, and then all of a sudden they're demanding that it be shut down and stop production because they don't like it. There's a comic book, I can't remember the name of it. If you, like, just Googled American comic book graphic, I'm sure it would pop up. It is so foul. And I'm just like, I saw a dude buy one and he had a kid with him, and I was just like, I don't know if I would trust somebody that had a kid that read that. That's just my opinion. I don't think it should be shut down because obviously
it has a fan base.
It has a fan base. It has people that like it for some reason or other. Maybe, sometimes I do, like, I watch Berserk, I read Berserk, so, I mean, that's pretty freaking graphic.
And you don't see people going and
exactly,
supporting
because
it's
not popular. It's not popular, so people don't really... If that comic got turned into a movie and people found out about... Like, if it got popular and people read it, they would be appalled. They would just be, like, up in arms against this comic book. But it's existed for I don't know how long. They're on, like, issue 300... And
that's the whole thing, man. That's like, a whole weird thing. It's
because that means the people that like it are reading it, and the people that don't like it just don't read it. I don't read it because I don't like it. I don't think it's good, and I'm not going to put my money and support it. But
if you don't support something, attack something that you don't like, with the one thing that everybody wants.
Exactly.
Money. If you don't like something, don't spend it. I didn't go see the new Ghostbusters film.
I didn't either. I didn't want to give him my money. I didn't think it was... I think it was very cheaply made and thrown out for a buyout. Or, no, what is it? Buy-in? No, whatever.
Just cash grab.
Yeah, it was just a cash grab. But...
I think the theme of this video is, for this week is that we really got to consider, as a group, we got to consider what we're doing with our lives, essentially. Do we really want to waste time complaining that heavily on something? Or do we want to go, yeah, he's a dirtbag, I'm not going to do anything with him anymore, and just move on with your life? Because that's cool, too.
But it's a double-sided thing. You should support the things you really enjoy.
Yeah.
So, like, having ad block on YouTube for when you're watching, like...
some person that
you're really enjoying, or you're illegally downloading a comic book, which I know, like, some people... I understand if you literally... are like in college, you can't afford it or whatever. But what I did was, for instance, I really like Attack on Titan and I really like Walking Dead. I read for free up till the current issue for both of them, and then I started buying every issue that came out because I knew it was going to be a lot of money, and I knew I didn't have that much money, but I still wanted to support them. So I literally read all of those, and then I bought the newest issues every time they would come out just because I wanted to support, so that I could keep getting the things I like. And Attack on Titan, for instance, I'm actually going back and rebuying all the big editions, and I'll probably do the same for The Walking Dead just to have. And then I decided once I was out of college and was making money, I'm reading Invincible by the same guy that does The Walking Dead. I'm actually buying my way all the way through that series just to support it. So if you like it, you should support it, and then if you don't like it, like we said, just don't support it. Because
you might have supported somebody like PewDiePie, and then something happens like this, and
then you just stop watching.
And you really don't
content.
like the person anymore. Just avoid it. Just stop it, because it might not seem like it affects it, and maybe that's why people are doing it, to cause an effect. But at the end of the day, it will.
Yeah, exactly. And what he said, where it was like, when people do that, they believe they have the moral high ground when they're trying to take down channels for stuff like that. If you stop watching it and enough people really do believe you have the moral high ground, they're going to stop watching it too. You're going to see, if you believe you have the moral high ground and you stop watching it, if everybody agrees with you that it should be taken down, people are going to stop watching it. Instead of just having a battle cry where you're like, everyone, we should take this down. If it's really that bad and everyone agrees, then everyone will stop watching his channel.
And it'll hurt him.
And then he'll realize that what he did, he needs to try something else. Maybe apologizing wasn't enough, but it doesn't seem to me like a lot of people thought it was to the severity people are asking for, taking down his channel and stuff like that.
I mean, I see a lot on both ends. I can understand both sides. What we don't do is we don't come together, and we don't say, hey, I appreciate your opinion on this, but I don't feel the same way about it. But that's okay. We always have to attack another person, and that's gonna lead me to our next topic. I know there's a lot of people who enjoy Overwatch. I enjoy the concept of Overwatch, but I am horrible at the execution of playing Overwatch.
I love Overwatch.
So I don't play Overwatch.
I love Overwatch.
I know you love Overwatch, but I also keep up to date with Overwatch things. I love the industry of gaming. I love the nerd culture. We're awesome people, but we're also some of the dirtbaggiest people out there on the planet. Why do we have a gaming community all of a sudden that's so toxic and just aggressive at everybody?
The fucking...
What?
The computers in the reflection. I don't...
That's awesome. Why? I mean...
It doesn't matter.
It's like...
What were we talking about? Oh, Overwatch.
It's the same exact reason why we're having this toxicity for the gaming in this game genre. It's self-serving. People want to have the highest KD. People want to have that chance to be esports superstars. People want that opportunity, and that's cool and gravy and great.
Gravy.
But there's got to be a line where you draw where you go, whoa, what kind of person am I becoming? If I'm calling a 12-year-old kid, a piece of shit, I could say horrible, I could say worse things, but I'm not going to. I don't want my own scandal, right? But what kind of individual are you at the end of the day? Are you going to be somebody that, people are proud to be around? There is a huge glare on me. But are you going to be like, I don't get it. I get the competitive atmosphere. I'm a competitive person. I used to play tournaments and stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know, because I haven't seen the firsthand stuff that I'm sure it was recorded and why the Overwatch team like actually came out and was like, we don't support this. But to my knowledge, like when you do competitive, if you're just bullshitting around, it's almost like playing, like if you played football and you were on the NFL, like an NFL team.
Effort.
Yeah, and then you like showed up and you were just kind of fucking around, they're going to be so upset with you. They're going to be pissed. Now, it depends on the person, how severe. I got salty one time because I was a healer and I was trying to figure out how to change to game chat, and I was like having a hard time for some reason. I can't remember. Basically, I was not healing anybody in competitive. And then when I finally got into game chat and could hear them, they were like, finally. And I was being a little smart ass, and he was like, finally you get heals, or finally you're here. And I said, that's not how you go about getting heals. Being snarky, and that dude got really upset and was like, fuck you, like, then I'll do it, God, you blah, 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 like, you piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, it's not that serious. And then they were like, well, then go play a player match then if you don't take it seriously. And at the time I was like really salty, and then I kind of thought about it and I was like, I was kind of being a little bitch. Like I knew I was being snarky and trying to,
and you got to evaluate
come back.
If you can't, like, I get it, you want to be a competitive player, you want to play competitively, you want to do this, you want to do that, that's great, you go for whatever dream you have. But as a community, you've all got to band together. If you can't cut it, then go do something else.
But I mean, to be honest, it's not even those people. The people that like want to play comp and stuff like that, like it's really more of the people that know how important comp is to other people, and then they want to be dicks about it.
Yeah.
Like a Mei that wants to wall you in every 5 seconds, or like a character that's just saying hi to another character in the corner, and you're not playing the game.
That's like the toxicity. Like why do we have to go out and be assholes for no reason?
Other than for them, it's
just
funny.
To be an asshole.
Yeah.
Why do you have to go be a dick because you saw some other player on YouTube film his content and be a dick too?
Yeah.
Why do you have to ruin somebody else's good time just so you can get your drops
And if
off?
you're going to bash on... So, I get the whole Hanzo thing. I really do. Trust me. I hate Hanzo. I think he's... Unless he's in the hands of a really talented player, I think there's literally no reason to pick Hanzo. And that opinion is definitely shared throughout the Overwatch community, because if someone picks Hanzo, they get shitted on by people online for like the entire game. But if you know you're just gonna shit on them the entire time, just like don't. Like, you already know how you feel about it, so why do you need to make them feel bad? Just don't play with that person again. I mean, I know it's hard because I get in rando lobbies and I get Hanzos, but normally I'm in a party chat with friends and I'm like, gosh, fucking damn it. Why do we have a Hanzo on attack on Eichenwall? And, and it sucks because if you tell a Hanzo character, can you please switch off, you're not doing very well, their response 9 times out of 10 is, oh, let me show you how good I am with Hanzo. And 9 times out of 10, they don't show you how good they are. They just keep getting fucking wrecked because you wouldn't be telling them they're bad unless they weren't, or you wouldn't be telling them they're bad if they were doing good. So I get why, but it's gotten out of hand. I saw the article where like this little girl told her classmate that he was a Hanzo main as an insult, and she got like sent home. And the teacher like wrote in it like, I don't know what this means, but it was obviously used in a manner that was meant to bully the student and it's just gotten out of hand. We get it. People don't like that character, but I think that there's a point where you should just be
there's a line for everything.
Yeah, exactly. But I can see the other side of it where I don't like when you have a player that isn't playing well and you tell them to change a character or something like that, and they don't want to change, and you're getting frustrated because you're losing, and you know if that character would change, you could bring it back. And when you're like, oh my goodness, this is terrible, why are you playing like this, and you finally start like insulting them, the entire like everyone that wants to be all PC and everything inside Overwatch gaming starts going like, hey, we don't have to bully them. Like, I get not being mean to other people to the extent of making them feel bad, but there is, I think, room for constructive criticisms where you're trying to tell someone like, look, if you don't do this, we're gonna lose the game. And I feel like I feel like we're bashing so hard on
the people who
the bullying and stuff that we're just jumping to the defense of any person that gets, like, I guess you could say picked on, but basically, like, if you tell somebody that they should switch characters, or if you tell somebody they're playing bad, I don't think that is cause for everyone to be like, you're a horrible person and you're bullying and we're gonna report you.
It just, you gotta work together.
There's middle ground. I think that we should just act like normal human beings, where it's like, how would you rather be talked to? Would you rather someone go, hey, I think you should switch a character, or god damn, you suck ass at this game, why do you even exist? Obviously you want the first one, so you should just try to talk to other people the same way.
It's like basic kindergarten shit.
Exactly. That for some reason humans cannot just like grasp.
If you want something to change, you got to also put forth the effort in yourself to do the change as well. It's true.
It's like the end of a soap opera or something.
I don't get. It's exhausting. I wouldn't even like.
What, the Overwatch thing?
Just everything. I mean, just being so goddamn angry.
Yeah. See, my thing is, I don't really want to talk to people like that, so I normally try to stick with friends and stuff like that when I play, because then we all are on the same page.
Y'all know that shit about the same person, but they don't know.
Exactly, but also at the same time, like when we tell each other to switch characters and everything, we know that there's a reason for it, and it's sometimes people just don't like to be told what to do by strangers, also, and sometimes it's out of spite. Sometimes people will act like they're being bullied and they're just trying to get a rise out of the person they know has maybe anger issues. I've seen that before. I've been in a lobby where there's like little kids and they're just like, there's an older guy that obviously like must work or something like that. Like he must not have a very good life. And then they're just nitpicking at him because they know he's going to get angry and start yelling at them. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like I was like, it's kind of funny. But, you know, that's the toxicity they're talking about. The toxic environment that Overwatch doesn't want to associate itself with. Because they said they don't even want, like, a little thing for trolls and stuff like that. Like, they just don't want them to play Overwatch at all. Which is an interesting tactic from a company that won Company of the Year at the Game Awards. Just coming out and going, yeah, we just don't want these people to play our game. Kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that.
The company just go, yeah, we don't want your money anymore.
Yeah, like we could do without it, which is crazy. So
I don't know. I mean, we're kind of feels like we're getting all soapboxy, but it's just something to think about.
It's just what's going on right now.
Just something to think about.
And it's obviously reached a boiling point.
And we don't want people shooting up each other, killing each other essentially
over Overwatch and PewDiePie.
Yeah. Let's just move on, people.
What was her?
It doesn't really matter that much.
What was our next thing?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
We can talk about well, you haven't seen it yet, so we can't talk about the It movie yet.
I bought the book.
It was real good. The book's real good too. I can't remember what it was. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, we want to play. Talk about PUBG. Is that what they call it?
I have no idea what we're gonna be talking about this one. This is all you. So what did you want to discuss?
I just wanted to talk about like if you were excited that it was coming to consoles and stuff like that. Like, does the game interest you at all? Like, I'm excited. I think it's going to be an interesting game to play with people.
This could be an interesting game to play with people.
I definitely won't do free for all though. I'm not about it.
But
it's team or nothing.
It's not like it's not like I get the opportunity to play those kinds of games all the time anyway.
That's true. It seemed to me like each match was about an hour long.
Yeah.
So there is that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because with my new job, I really haven't had time to play any games, which kind of sucks. But like I played Resident Evil 4 for like 10 minutes
the other night.
Yeah. But it's like, when you sit down to play that game, I always am like, yeah, I'll just play this real quick. And I forget how like anxiety inducing that game is because the camera like doesn't work. So I'm like, God, I'm on edge the entire time I'm playing. I'm like, I'm supposed to go to bed in like 20 minutes. Or I should. I'm always like those memes where they're like, I'm going to go to bed early tonight, me at 3 a.m. They're like, fucking getting it. So... yeah, I don't know. I think that it's going to be an interesting game to play on console because they broke like 3 more records or something on Steam.
Yeah, they're really popular, and that's really good for them. It's just not my kind of game, honestly.
I just hope they add
those massive multiplayer kinds of things. Mm-hmm. I just don't have the massive time to be able to invest in them. I
can't do like Final Fantasy, like Stormblood, or like.
And you bought that too.
I did. I also was kind of disappointed with the graphics. I get it. It's on a console, but like, it looked like I was playing a PS2 game. And I'm sure other people won't share that opinion.
You know that game, Dead Alliance?
What? Dead Alliance, yeah.
It looks just like a PS2 game.
Really?
It's fun though. Like I got on it and I was like shit talking it so badly. It's just strictly multiplayer. Just strictly multiplayer.
That's weird. It made it look like it had a campaign.
No, it doesn't have a campaign to save its goddamn life. So like I got onto it and it's like bot mode and that's all about me. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll fight some bots, give this game a little test drive, right? So I know what it's all about. And it loads in, right? And I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, is it?
It was like, good God. And like, it's really bad. And then I started playing it and I started killing the bots and then the bots would start killing me. And this one Battlegrounds bot would keep killing me constantly. I'm like, man, this fucking robot. And then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, I'm like, I actually am enjoying this.
It's graphics were some
it's
ass,
fucking bare bones, just fucking fighting each other. No, really. But with zombies, like, you can throw something at a person, and it'll stick to them, and it'll attract the zombie horde at them. And you get a point for that kill. Or you can throw some things at zombies, like a whole bunch of them.
So it's like you're fighting other players online?
Yeah, you can't. You fight other people online. So it's you against another team or you against other people, but then there's this unknown factor, the zombies that roam around it.
Are they players?
Not players, but you can invent and you can impact how they act.
Yeah, attack and stuff.
So you're like, there's a whole bunch of them. You throw a certain item and it hits all of them. They all do whatever you want. They'll go attack somebody.
It's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a lot of players right now?
I don't know, but like. So, given one example, I was against this other team, and there was this guy like shooting my teammates, right? And he was just kind of by himself, but there was a horde of other zombies that was eating one of my teammates that he had killed, and so he wasn't paying attention, and I lobbed a big old like bomb, essentially what it is, and it exploded on the zombies, and they like all perked up and killed the dude. Shit. And it's like those moments where it's like, damn, that was cool. But it's so bare bones. It looks so horrible, but it's a lot of fucking fun.
That's how I felt when I played Final Fantasy Lightning Returns or whatever. Man, that shit is some garbage. Like, the gameplay wasn't too bad, but god damn. You can literally, if you press your body up against the wall, you can see where they didn't take the lasers out for when they built the game. The, like, grid that, shows where the stuff sticks together. You can see it. Because at first I was like, what is this 007 shit? Like, there's Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. I kept going like that, and I was like, can I not touch those? And then I figured out what they were, and I was like, wow. It literally was like a texture on a wall, like PS2 graphics. It was so bad.
You know you're going to get so much shit talk wearing a Last Guardian shirt right now.
Oh, you didn't like the graphics for Last Guardian?
It's not about graphics. Just a lot of people had issues with the gameplay.
I thought it was good for what it was because I want you to show me another game that tried some crazy shit like that. That's my response to anybody that gets upset. Show me one where they were like, let's make something that literally responds to the character and you can climb on it and all that stuff. Because, I mean, I'm not going to blame fans, but I'm going to kind of blame fans that we did rush that game for them. We were like, yo, we need this game out. And it had been worked on for so many years, and I guarantee you if we asked the director, he'd be like, yeah, I wish I had 3 more years to work on it. Guaranteed.
Self-serving.
Yeah, I feel like we try to get... I'm not even going to talk about Final Fantasy VII. I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to be...
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Or that. It'll come out when it comes out.
Give me that shit right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to... I used to be like that, but I wasn't rushing Evil Within 2, and that looks super good.
I'm excited about that.
I'm very excited about that. I have not watched any trailers or anything after the announcement. I refuse to. I will just enjoy that game on Friday.
I haven't watched any trailers either.
I'm not going to. I'm just literally going to enjoy it for what it is. So
it's less than a month away. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? Happy almost birthday.
My wife is making me feel super good about it.
Really?
Yeah, she goes, well, you're almost a quarter of a century old.
Damn. So you're being sarcastic.
Savage as shit. Savage as shit. You know how old you feel when you get called a quarter of a century?
No, the only thing that ever makes me feel kind of old, and I'm not even old yet, is when I see, like, do you remember when Kim Possible came out? That shit makes me
crazy.
feel...
And you're like, yeah, that came out when? 20 years ago? Holy fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just, fuck. Jesus Christ.
What makes... I mean, we're still young. We're in our 20s.
Yeah.
But it's like... I'm midway through my 20s. But it's like... I don't know. You see younger kids now, and you're like, holy crap, I remember...
like they're 25.
I remember being that age, and then going, wow, that was 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
You go, holy shit. It just feels like I blinked.
Because, like...
We're becoming old men right now, so let's not continue.
No, I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't believe in the next generation. I just think that the next gen, well, it's kind of technically still my generation, but
you're right.
I just think that we're kind of dicks. We're kind of dicks that just expect, and maybe it's the parenting. I don't know. Hopefully it'll just level out. Maybe it's just because like we're seeing how we were,
represented.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just stop being dicks to each other. That's the whole moral of this damn freaking podcast this week. Don't be dicks.
Yeah,
don't be dicks. Just start sucking them.
I believe that like the best way to judge a generation is by the media,
the actions
that comes
of what
out.
they've done.
Well, that too, but like the media and stuff, the art that's made during that time.
Going Renaissance man, huh?
Yeah, I think so. It's weird though, because like the people ahead of us, I guess you could say, are making like remakes and stuff like that. But damn, are they making some good ass remakes? See that movie, dog. All right. Well, if you like this and want to hear us bitch about more stuff,
that's what we do.
That subscribe button. It's gonna be right here. Hit the subscribe button, and
that bird's butt has been showing the whole video.
And check us out for our drunk gameplays and our.
We got a whole bunch of different gameplays.
We got a whole bunch
stupid
now.
Shit.
Yeah. So, and we got other Frozen in 3Ds.
I got a Halloween skit I'm super excited about.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real good. More skits are gonna be coming. Skits are probably gonna be way quicker and shorter, but way quicker to come out than our gameplays and stuff. Just because we have more time to do skits than we do gameplays and stuff. So, be on the lookout for those.
You stupid bastards, we love you. You're not stupid. Just special.